Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please join me in welcoming the director, Jerry Stephanitsis.
Honestly surprised that we're not being told to rise to our feet in honor of the director, our boss, Jerry Stephanitsis. Jerry Stephanitsis likes to say that he is the director. He has no film credits to his name. He has no IMDb page.
Now everybody in this room has a birthday. But nobody's birthday is more important than mine. I tried to pay Chua Montana, didn't work out. I tried to pay Miles Hawkins, didn't work out. But tonight, I put a third mortgage on my house. I took out a payday loan. I even sold some old action figures. It was incredible. I put so much money together, I'm almost embarrassed to say how much money I put on this guy. Trilogies are the most important thing in filmmaking, and tonight, the director's Blockbuster bounty concludes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you at this time an individual who is from the real military capital of the world, Annapolis, Maryland. He's a former Virginia heavyweight champion. Please welcome Joseph Keys.
Well, if Jerry Stephanitsis wanted to put his money down on a stone cold killer as a mercenary, this is the best value. This is the best bet he could make. Toxic vascularity, Joseph Keys, the former Virginia heavyweight champion. He's done the dirty work of the director before, and he's been the beneficiary of the director's chicanery, winning the Virginia Heavyweight Championship from the Boar due to interference by number one stooge, The Reason. So there's a long-time business relationship between these two men. Jerry Stephanitsis is a man on a mission. He is obsessed with a set of jewels, particularly the family jewels of Brandon Scott. This man has made it his mission in life to kick Brandon Scott in the balls, and he will pay any expense. He will do anything he needs to do in order to feel his foot crash into the crotch of Brandon Scott. His words, not mine. That's what this is all about. For Brandon Scott.
Introducing his opponent, he hails from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, and weighing in at 193 pounds, Mr. Excellence, Brandon Scott!
For Brandon Scott, this is all about defense. He has been forced into match after match after match where he's had to defend himself, and he's had to defend himself, if you know what I mean. Because a bounty has been put on the man's, well, not on the man's head. Brandon Scott had the temerity to skip Jerry Stephanitsis' birthday over a year ago, by the way. A second birthday has already passed since this offense and infraction. He was preparing for a match, an important match. So he skipped the birthday party, and Jerry Stephanitsis has not forgiven and has not forgotten and will not let Brandon ever forget the offense himself. Brandon Scott, former VCW heavyweight champion, former Liberty champion. If there's something to be done in this company, Brandon Scott has done it. In some cases, he's done it twice. A first ballot Hall of Famer. And he has been bullied left and right by Jerry Stephanitsis and The Reason. And I don't want to be the one to tell Jerry Stephanitsis this, because I'm happy that the director has to part with his money. But I think deep in his cold, bleak heart, Joseph Keys would have taken this for free, because there is a lot of personal enmity and animosity between Joseph Keys and Brandon Scott over the years.
Absolutely, Jason. That history stretches back years across state lines. These two men simply do not like each other. That said, Joseph Keys at the end of the day is a businessman, and as you said, certainly was happy to take Jerry's, frankly all of Jerry's money is what I've got. Potentially all of Jerry's money, and maybe that's why our envelopes are looking a little light. Well, you know, we are unfortunately less able to beat up Jerry than Joseph Keys is, so he gets first dibs. Joseph Keys has long been a bully to Brandon Scott in their careers, and that is why maybe he is the best advocate for the director Jerry Stephanitsis in this endeavor. This is officially the third of the trilogy. This should be the finale of the director's blockbuster bounty. And if Joseph Keys is able to defeat Brandon Scott, and of course if Jerry Stephanitsis can complete his seemingly holy mission of kicking Brandon Scott where the sun don't shine as hard as it possibly can, then it seems like Joseph Keys will receive a small fortune and royalties. I would describe it as Jerry's... Wait! Keys to victory! Keys was looking to finish this quick, and Brandon Scott had it scouted. Jerry Stephanitsis' Captain Ahab-like obsession. Clearly, Brandon Scott is his white whale, and I mean, each time we've had one of these bounties. Does that make you Ishmael? You can call me that. Jerry Stephanitsis almost got caught on that step, and he is running. Jerry Stephanitsis showing more athleticism than I've seen from him in quite some time. That's a man that does Soul Cycle, you can tell. Does, and Brandon Scott drops Joseph Keys. Jerry stumbling up the ramp. But Brandon Scott can't afford to look away, and now security doing their job, the private security detail of the director. Yeah, we need to be very clear here. This is not VCW security. This is privately hired security by Jerry Stephanitsis. Their only goal is to protect Jerry Stephanitsis. Brandon Scott has taken the fight fully to Joseph Keys. Wait a second! Wait a second! Jerry Stephanitsis is a coward! And Joseph Keys may have just broken Brandon Scott's neck. Jerry Stephanitsis is attacking from behind, and Joseph Keys with one. But completely changing the complexion of this match just that fast. Jerry Stephanitsis with a cheap shot behind the back. Wait a second. Jerry Stephanitsis is now gracing us with his presence on commentary. I'm sorry.
Yes, it's okay. I'm a little out of breath. It's okay. Yes, give me your chair. Let me sit. Thank you. Hi, Jason.
How much money did you pay Joseph Keys?
It was a lot.
Now, is that win or lose, or did you put down a deposit, a down payment?
No, listen, I have several Swiss bank accounts. I had to pull the money from a lot of places. It's if he beats Brandon Scott.
And if you get to complete your mission.
Yes. Kick him in his family jewels. I don't know what's so hard for everyone to understand about that.
I think it's your obsession with this. Also the fact that your birthday, where the offense took place, has already been over a year. You've already had another birthday.
Well, I'll be 42 this year. It's almost 2 years.
Live and let live, Jerry. I will say you chose the absolute best mercenary your money could buy.
Former Virginia heavyweight champion.
Thanks in part due to you and The Reason.
Whatever. He held the championship for many months without any assistance. Beat everyone there is to beat, including Brandon Scott.
Well, Joseph Keys has had a history of beating on Brandon Scott. I was going to say, I think you may have overpaid. Joseph Keys may have done this for free. He hates Brandon Scott.
He told me he would do it for free. When I called him, I specifically said to him, Joseph, if
Wait a second, Brandon Scott about to turn this about on you. Toxic vascularity, the incredible bulk definitely outpowers Brandon Scott.
look at that.
How can you not? He takes up the whole frame. I mean, every time I see Joseph Keys, it seems like he's gotten thicker.
And throwing Brandon Scott like a lawn dart.
Brandon Scott, not a light man. This is pure power on display by Joseph Keys.
Hey, take a knee, Metheny. Take a knee, thank you.
This man used to be your friend, by the way.
Well, you know, we're still okay.
It seems like you have a thing against Brandon's.
No, just that one in the ring. Just Brandon Scott.
Joseph Keys does not usually go to the top. You must have paid extra top dollar for some high-risk offense.
Well, you know, it's a lot of money.
I think the stock just dropped.
Whatever, it's a lot of money. That's why Joseph Keys is taking every risk he can to win this match, because it's a huge payout. These sycophants.
Brandon Scott, everything changed the moment you put your hands on him. Can he turn things around right now against the assassin, Joseph Keys? Scott repelling these attacks, maybe getting a second wind. Brandon Scott, oh, look at that, suckered Keys in and hit him on the back end.
Oh, he didn't sucker him in. Let me ask you a question, Jason. How long has it been since Brandon Scott's been Virginia heavyweight champion?
It's been a few years at the very least.
Yeah, you know when the last time he had a really good run was with me.
He is, however, a very recent former Liberty champion.
Yeah, for what, 30 days?
He has done almost everything there is to do with this company. Wait a second, that includes beating Joseph Keys. He may do it again right now.
It's not going to happen. I'm not sweating.
Oh. So your official prediction, wait a second.
Come on, Joe, come on. Oh.
Brandon Scott seemed so close to winning this match.
Hey, well,
Is it at least a Pyrrhic victory that might save some money if Brandon Scott wins?
no, I don't. Well, now that you mention, no. Revenge is better than money. There are certain things money can't buy.
I'm actually writing that down. I got to remember that. Brandon Scott looking for the slice of excellence, but Joseph Keys had it scouted and countered. Man, these two know each other so well. What does Joseph Keys got to pull out that Brandon Scott can't expect?
Oh, well, not that. You know, Joseph Keys, he spent some time recently overseas, you know, learning the British style and the Japanese style at the same time.
Yeah, well, Brandon Scott knows good old-fashioned winning, and it's so close.
I bet you've never heard of the Mongolian style of wrestling, have you? He's learned that too.
I mean, I've heard of the chop.
But there's more to it than just that.
Well, I will be honest, I'm limited to knowing about that particular form of offense. But I mean, I'm excited to see Joseph Keys break out whatever kind of European, Mongolian, any kind of wrestling, because right now, I've just seen a clubbering.
He's biding his time, Jason. He's taken like a true champion. It's a marathon, not a sprint. When you start listening to these people and trying to sprint to the finish line, that's where you screw up.
Wait a
Just
second.
like that. Just like that.
Backstabber. The move and the name. Joseph Keys now. Looking for that gory bomb. Oh, he nailed it. This one might be yours, Mr. Director. Joseph Keys, high stack.
Yes. Come on.
Oh, wow. But wait, Keys not getting distracted, not getting discouraged, coming in. King Kong lariat.
He knocked a tooth out.
The lights might be about to go on in the theater. Wait a second, it was only one. It was only one. We're not even past the first act.
I think Ron Mills might have messed up the count there.
If it was two, maybe you would have a case. That was a one.
Somebody get me another referee.
Now closed fists right to the skull. This isn't about winning a match. This is about causing damage. This is about causing potentially irreparable brain damage to Brandon Scott.
You know, Ron Mills has shown his bias enough to me. I think it's time to get his understudy out here, give somebody new a chance to really get this thing going.
You do own the company. Why do you have him officiate these matches?
Listen, Jason, there are a lot of moving parts. But
speaking of moving parts, right now, tons of offense, but Joseph Keys stopping it right where it stood. And these are completely evenly matched competitors.
There you go. Yeah, completely evenly matched with Joseph Keys in complete control.
Joseph Keys will outpower Brandon Scott any day of the week and twice on Saturdays, that's for sure. Wait a second. Scott looking to try and slide out from behind.
Oh, look at this. He's going to put an exclamation point. I think this deserves a bonus if he connects with this one.
This would be lights out for Brandon Scott. The award would go to Joseph Keys, produced by Jerry Stephanitsis. By the way, you say you're a director. I checked, you have no IMDb credits.
That's all political.
Slice of excellence! Oh! Slice of excellence! Isn't enough to earn the Oscar! Slice of excellence again! Brandon Scott! Brandon Scott's gonna make it 3
Kick out.
in a row! They threw Miles Hawkins at the man. Wait a second, Jerry Stephanitsis is next to me, and whether you can see it or not, he just grabbed the ring bell. They've thrown people. Now it's looking like he's gonna throw the ring bell.
He is, I think, going to be described as slinking down the ramp.
Remember, this has never been about victory. This has been about kicking Brandon Scott in the balls, and right now he might be about to brain Brandon.
Jerry didn't have quite the pitch speed on that, as we say.
Brandon's learned to expect the attack from behind. And now Brandon Scott's got his hands.
He's going to get the revenge he has been looking for.
This is the Blockbuster.
Hang on! Here comes the reason!
Of course it is. It's always from behind. Well, if you can't hire someone to get the job done, you may as well do it yourself. And since Jerry Stephanitsis can't do it himself, he's going to get his guy, his #1 stooge.
His most trusted lieutenant, the reason.
I said #1 stooge and I meant it.
A cannonball in the corner. Brandon Scott is out cold.
The director is calling for a microphone. Looks like we're going to get some director's commentary on the beating.
You didn't think that was it, did you? Huh? Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, wow. I thought about it, Brandon. You know what? I'm still going to kick in your family jewels. Let's do it. Hold it on.
This is what it's all been about. This sick and twisted obsession of Jerry Stephanitsis to kick Brandon Scott in the family jewels.
This is sick, is what it is. It's an obsession.
He's the ball break kid for a reason.
Jerry pulls up short for some reason.
Second thought. I could have had you, I was that close. But you know what? Look at me when I'm talking to you. I want to do that to you at the biggest event. At the biggest event BCW's ever had. I want to do that to you at the Liberty Lottery on July 19th at the Portsmouth Pavilion. Because it's going to be you one-on-one with the reason. Security, can you come in here? I want you to get this trash bag wrestler out of the ring, please.
Disrespect is uncalled for. Jerry Stephanitsis had...
Take him out. You know, Brandon, I always knew you were just a little bitch. Just like your wife.
Wait a second!
Oh, he crossed the line! Jerry Stephanitsis crossed the line, but the reason is right there to take it to Brandon Scott.
Stephanitsis is going to regret this.
I think Brandon Scott's regretting it right now!
Hyper wheel, everyone is going to regret this moment. I think we're going to look back in the future and say that this was the moment that a lot of things changed for a lot of people, and a lot of people's careers were never the same.
Okay.
and disgusting doesn't even begin to cover it. Two absolutely heinous men on a power trip involving family. They've crossed a line. Absolutely disgusting.